are live. What's good, y'all? It's your man DL Saint. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. How y'all feeling? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, man. Let's check the audio. And it's not right. Give me a second. Give me a second. I don't know. It must be my startup procedures. I'm gonna have to change my startup procedure. So it will come on with the Rode mic every time, but there we go. It should be better. Let's listen to it. Yeah, we got that fixed. What's good, y'all? How y'all feeling, man? What's good out there? Sad news today. Terrible news today. Actor Malcolm Jamal Warner, better known as Theo from the Cosby Show, has passed away. We lost him, y'all. We lost him. It appears the brother was with his family in Costa Rica, I believe it was. He was swimming off the coast of Costa Rica and drowned. So, RIP to that brother, solid brother. I put a quick little short out. Like I said, I didn't have a personal I didn't have a personal relationship with brother Malcolm, but I can tell you he's a solid guy. And just watch the video. You tell him, you'll see. And I probably in this show I might even tell a story, a funny story of one of my encounters with brother Malcolm, man. But sad, tragic story, bro. Gone way too soon, man. Way too soon. So today, man, we're gonna be talking about a clip from Stay Slick with Kit. You know what I mean? Kit is he's a real one. He's a really good guy. We're always talking about Kit over here. If you haven't subscribed, please go over there, subscribe, support his platform. Watch all of his videos, all of his shorts. Solid brother, man. He's out here. He's doing good work, man. He's trying to help folks out. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. And let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed, man. So Brother Manjo's in the building. What's good, fam? Good to see you, man. Dr. B in the building as well. That's right. I fixed it right away. Talking about the sound. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change my startup procedure. I think what I need to do is I need to turn on the camera first, then the soundboard. I think that's how I used to do it, and I think that works better for the computer. But we'll do it. Definitely RIP to brother Malcolm Jamal Warner. Definitely an icon from the Cosby Show. And he was also in the Tuskegee Airmen. I don't know if you remember that. I know people talking about Red Tails because that was the most recent movie about the Tuskegee Airmen and their heroic efforts to stop the Luftwaffe from shooting down American B-17 bombers and B-24 Liberators during the war, World War II. But the very first movie I ever saw was Lawrence Fishburne, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and what's the name of the other brother who played like G Money from from I can't remember who he was in. What was that movie with the Dutter Man and Nino Brown? Man, help me out with that. Anyway, those were the three main stars in that one. Lawrence Fishburne and Malcolm Jamal Warner also played in that. He played a young pilot who flew as a Tuskegee Airman. It was a really good movie. Sister Michelle's in the building. What's good, sis? You know what? We can do better than that. Because I ain't seen you in a minute. Don DeMarco to you, sis. Don DeMarco to you. Yep, Alan Payne. That's it. Alan Payne was in that one as well. So Alan Payne was in that one. That was a good movie. If you guys haven't seen the Tuskegee Airmen, definitely go check that out. His character, I'm not going to spoil it. Just check it out, and then we can come back and talk about Alan Payne. And then there was old boy from Boys in the Hood. What was his name? That was the third one. It was Lawrence Fishburne, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and then old boy from Boys in the Hood that actually played with Lawrence Fishburne in that as well. God, what is his name? I'm so bad with names, guys. When I'm focused on one thing, I can't think of the other stuff, and I'm just There it is. Nope, not Alan Payne was in that one as well. They had a star-studded cast, a really good cast in that. If you guys haven't seen it, go back and check that. Um, that was a really good movie to watch, the Tuskegee Airmen. Really good scenes in that. It was one scene when they landed. They had to do an emergency landing on a road, and there were black men who were locked up. Of course, y'all know how it is. You know, dudes locked up doing the chain gang, and they had to land their T6s on this road in rural Alabama, or where's Tuskegee Institute? Alabama, right? It was in Mississippi. Anyway, they had to land. It was a really good scene. If you guys haven't seen that movie, it's worth it just for that scene. And it was some really good stuff in that movie as well. So anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. Man, I can't think of the other dude. Anyway, it's not important. We'll go back and I'll actually review the movie. Maybe we'll do that. And then I'll have my notes and I'll have all the names right there next to me. Y'all know I'll be having senior moments. There it is. Cuba Gooding Jr. Appreciate that, brother Mandrell. Appreciate you, bro. Cuba Gooding Jr., who is, well, was an elite breakdancer. I don't know how many people knew that. That dude could break dance. Like, for real. Like, break dance. But anyway, let's talk about what we came to talk about. Stay Slick with Kit. Solid brother, over in UK, I believe he's in London. And he brings on women, and it's just a one-on-one conversation with him, and they just talk about what's going on with the dating world and the troubles in society with dating and having babies and all the rest of it. Man, I saw this clip today. Well, he has a full-blown feminist first class on the show, and I don't even think she realizes that she is a feminist, like hardcore feminist, like, you know, almost anti-man in my opinion. She's so hardcore in her beliefs. It's wild. You know, it's just the misandry out here is crazy, and it is what it is. I mean, you know, we get hit up and be, you know, called misandrous all the time, but when you misogynist all the time, right? You guys are so misogynistic and da. But the women don't realize at the same time, like, it's like you guys are really showing a true hatred of men, a loathing of men, which is misandry. So, I mean, it is what it is. And thanks, brother Mandrell, Alabama. I knew it was one or two. Tuskegee Institute is in Alabama. Thanks, appreciate that. But yeah, he's talking to her, and she brings up these points, and Kit was sitting there, and we're about to watch it, man. Kit was just sitting there doing his best to answer her questions. And he's using facts. And as you guys know, using facts against some women, especially like the hardcore, raging feminist types, it doesn't help you because the facts don't validate their feelings. And I mean, it's crazy. And people are like, well, we shouldn't even try. Like, no, we got to try. And I think a lot of these women, they're not out. This is just me speaking. I think most of the women out here are not out to just hate men or want to stay away from men or whatever. I don't think that's the case at all. It's just they get inundated with these talking points, and you know they are immersed in these bubbles, and it just seeps in. It seeps in, and they just accept it as facts, and this is the way it is. And they've never been challenged to sit down and actually think it through until now with this technology. You know what I mean? Whatever podcast, Access Vegas, Fresh and Fit, Anton Daniels when he does his shows, the Lapeef Network, all these places, all these platforms, people are sitting down, and these same women are now trying to defend their position, and then they walk away with the understanding that they don't even know what their position is. They really don't know what their position is. They'll say these things, and it's like, well, wait a minute, that's not what I really meant. Like, but that's what you just said. But no, that's not what I meant. You know, like they'll say, yeah, these guys are so misogynist. You saying that men actually hate women? No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that men hate women. Like, well, that's what misogyny is. And misandry is women hating men. Oh, that's not how I was using the word. I've always used it as basically this. Like, well, that's not how the word works. That's not Ojo's in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate that. Yeah, please do like and all that good stuff for the algo and leave comments and all that good stuff, man. I appreciate y'all. Like, we're small over here, but we're mighty, man. We're doing our thing. who knows where we'll be. I look forward to seeing where we will be 3 years time from now. I'm working with my man Will Ghostin. Like this is a hat from for his cigar lounge, hookah lounge here in Tampa. If you're ever in Tampa, make sure you guys come check out Elena's cigar lounge and hookah. And there's always something going on in there. Like there's always like ladies' nights going on. I think right now it's on Thursdays. There's a jazz night right now that was on Sunday. That might get moved around. Working on a Latin night. So there's always something going on. They have like a sip and paint event where, they bring in, this guy brings in all these, easels, and they bring in all these canvases and paint, and you just sit there and you paint. And I mean, that's a cool event. That's something that can't happen weekly though. That's something that happens like maybe every month, every other month. Live music. We even have it set up to where we can do karaoke. So we get to the point now where we'll probably even start doing some karaoke just to have some fun. And yeah, we'll probably be doing some comedy in there at some point. So if you're ever in Florida, if you're ever in Central Florida in particular, the Tampa area, make sure you pull up at Elena's, man. Just tell them Uncle Saint sent me, man. They'll show you some love, man. We got, the best cigars. Got the best bartender, best drinks, man. Some cool drinks, real upscale vibe. Make sure you come dressed. Can't be wearing T-shirts and stuff like that. Make sure you come dressed, looking the role. You know what I'm saying? Last night I went in there. I had on the T-shirt. It was a Beastie Boys T-shirt, but I had a vest on top of it. You know what I mean? With one of my old school fedoras and my glasses on with some nice jeans on, some nice shoes. And that was me dressing down, right? So normally, I've been in there fully suited and booted. But we like to keep it upscale. No athletic clothing and stuff like that. No shorts and wife beaters. It's not, it's not the corner juke joint. Like, it's a proper establishment, man. So hopefully if you guys are ever here, let me know. We'll get y'all sorted out and get you all set up at Elena's. Also, in Ybor City, Tampa, Trillis Gastropub, my man Joel's spot, an amazing restaurant, bar, like it's a pub. It's like it's full beer and wine there. I'm still waiting to get the alcohol go, but man, I'm telling you, got a stage down there again. A lot of live music, a lot of events popping off. We hold our networking events there. The Pillars of Success. We hold our networking events there in real life. So if you guys ever come to Tampa, make sure you let me know you're coming so I can put you on to some of the cooler spots that I hang out in. I can put you on to whatever restaurants from the top shelf restaurants down to the medium tier, all the way down to the juke joints. If you want that, you just want to know where to get the best, neighborhood barbecue, I can put you on. You feel me? So if you guys are ever out here, let me know. So, all right, enough of our commercials. Let's get back to this regular scheduled programming. I got to get that one button that switches over to the regular scheduled programming, similar to what Modern and Fresh have, that do. I got to get something like that. I tell you this, man. This video right here, we're about to watch and just kind of give our little 2 cents on, is worth watching. There are a lot of women out here right now that, like I said, man, I don't think they mean to come off the way they're coming off. And I'm certain that they're not quite sure of their position on this. But this is what's bad about feminism. Because now we're at a point where men are like, hey, man, I'm done. Not even going to mess around. Don't even want to deal with it. Not even going to take the time. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Let me become the best version of myself. Let me find my fortune, get to the finish line. And like Brother Rich Cooper says, once you get to the finish line, there's going to be plenty of women there waiting to smash you, right? Because women don't tend to build anymore. They wait at the finish line and smash the winners. Now, some women do build. The smart ones, the wise ones, they pick their guy and they stick. But for the rest, they wait at the finish line. Brother B's in the building. What's good, fam? Bro, it's time for you to come to Tampa, fam. Come to Tampa, man. We'll show you an amazing time. Everything that we do in Miami, we do up here in Tampa. Like, we got the yacht parties, bro. We got the gentleman clubs. But here, I would say the gentleman clubs are even more upscale because you can go in and get a gourmet-style meal, bro. Like, some of the best meals I've had in Tampa, I've gotten out of some of these gentleman clubs. It's crazy. 11:30 at night, and I'm going in getting a filet with mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables, and it's like perfect. You know what I mean? Perfect. Sitting at a table, or I could sit at the bar or sitting in a booth by myself away from all the madness that's going on out there and just enjoying my meal. and they won't even let the girls in until you're ready. You have to say, okay, let them in now, or whatever. So to your little section. But bro, the nightlife here is decent. You know, if you're still looking for that, you know, we older, we don't really be looking for too much craziness, but they got some really cool lounges, some really good rooftop joints here in Tampa. I mean, multiple. And like the Latin scene is insane. The Latin scene here, believe it or not, is better than the Latin scene in Miami. Because in Miami, you got to go like down to Kendall, or you got to go to Hialeah, or you got to go maybe up to Broward or something like that, maybe Doral. But up here, man, the Latin scene is insane. Huge Colombian contingent. We have some Cubans, some Haitians, um, not a whole lot, but Dominicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, yeah, here in Tampa. But the Colombians, like where I live, they're like right down the street, right down the street. So, and those spots be just perfect, bro. Perfect place to go, dance, get your sweat up, meet some cool people, get some great food, and then, go home or just, hit another spot. So, man, next time you're in Florida, bro, you come to Tampa, man, let me know, bro. I'm gonna take care of you for sure. We're gonna have a great time. Yeah. So let's get to this video. Let's check this out, man. So again, this is Stay Slick with Kit. He has his guest on. This is the first time he's actually had a guest on his show, and I was kind of like, wow, this is a person I would not want to meet. like this, and it's nothing against her, just the way she carries herself. And she realizes she's a bit much. You can tell from just this clip alone. She says things. You can tell that she knows, how people take her and what she's doing. But this is the type of person, like I've met my share of women like this. And generally when these type women come around, I just get quiet. I sit back and get quiet, and I leave, and I come back when they're gone, or I'll just leave and go to another place. I've had friends who are like, yo, when you're not feeling someone, bro, you just leave. I'm like, yeah, why be around that? Like, I don't have a moment for that. I mean, at all. I mean, that's your people. You invited her, or she's with your people. So I'm not asking you to get rid of somebody. I'll just leave. So I've kind of noticed now when I meet up with some of my folks, they make sure they don't have women like that around. Dudes too, for that matter. If I have dudes that are just assholes or whatever, just the wrong type of dude, I leave. But the dudes would be, told we'll give the guy a brush off in a heartbeat. Even my associates will brush off their friends like, oh, yeah, this dude, he's just gonna show up, we're gonna shake his hand, we're gonna tell him to leave. So they're be telling me right away, so don't go anywhere, bro. I'm like, nah, okay, okay, no problem. So, but yeah, man, let's get into this, man. Let's check this out. That's good there. All right, so this is Stay Slick with Kid. This particular clip is Do Men Not Like Women Anymore? This is the name of this particular clip. And pay close attention to what she's saying and how she is framing it, guys. So here we go.
You had a question you want to ask?
Okay, why does it seem that a lot of men are very angry at the moment? Why is there such a anger, especially I think on social media? I think in the gaming world, you always had, for example, if there was a game, and they would hear a female voice, they would say, oh, all these, misogynistic kind of, I don't know if that's the word, kind of things. But now I think it has kind of spilled over to social media. Sorry, I need a coffee.
You see how shaky she is right now? She's shaky on these points she's trying to make and this question she's trying to ask, right? And then especially on, like it's gotten out there, women know enough to know that they don't truly understand the definition of the word misogyny. So she says this, and she right away says, I don't know if that's the correct word. And I mean, and it's not. It's not. From what I can gather so far from what she's saying, it's like, well, in the gaming spaces, huh? So Kid is going to try to dig down on this, and they're going to be talking about adult industry, and they're going to say the P word. I'm not going to say it. They're going to say it 2, 3, or maybe 4 times, because I don't think Kid told her that that's one of the no words on YouTube. So we're just going to roll with it. It'll probably suppress the video. It is what it is. But I don't know why YouTube does that. You can't have a grown-up conversation on YouTube. It's crazy. You can't use grown-up words. So Kid's going to delve into it and try to get to the crux of her question. But it's going to take him a while to get there. It's as if she doesn't really know the question she's asking. She doesn't know what's going on, but she's saying women go into gaming spaces and then the guys are saying hateful things. But it's like, well, I doubt if this woman's a gamer. I doubt if any of her close friends are gamers. So where are you getting this from? Like, what, have you been watching clips? Like, what if someone that that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone said this, and now you're saying that this is the thing? Man, let's keep going.
It has spilled over to social media, this hatred for women, and I just understand, why are men so mad? Why they're so angry at the moment?
Okay. So you said like in the gaming world, the guys are angry at women?
Okay, so I think it was only kind of there in that. Sorry, let me say it again. What am I trying to say?
Yeah,
What are you trying to say, Nora? Because guys
and here's another thing too. Here's another thing. Kit brings all these women in. How does he get access to these women? Well, he's a handsome fella. You know what I'm saying? He's probably over 6 feet. He's doing well. He's in the entertainment business, like he's an actor and all that. He's in media. There's a lot of women that want to holler at him. And I think what he's doing is just taking that and using it to get them to sit on his sofa and do these podcasts. And he's lenient. He's not hard on these women. He's not just going to browbeat her and call her stupid and, whatever. He's going to do his best to make her feel comfortable. And a lot of folks are like, well, yeah, he's just doing what Fresh and Fit is doing. Like, now, Myron would have made short work of this woman. This video would be 45 seconds long. She would get up and run out the room if someone like Myron was there doing what he does. If someone like Organic was there doing what he does. Kit is really trying to have these conversations with these women. And I'm pretty sure Kit recognizes that this is a feminist first class. Like, all right. And he probably recognizes, like, she don't even know why. Right? She doesn't even know why. So, and she's sitting there, and then, you look at all the makeup she has on, right? You look at her, and it's like, this woman, in my opinion, and we're on a London scale, right? And remember, all of us fit somewhere between 4 and 6 on that 0 to 10 scale, right? So, like, she's solidly in there. I would probably, even for London, I'd probably put her at a 4. Probably put her at a 4. Maybe 4.5, 5 at the absolute most. She's, barely average, and 5 being the median. She's barely, but I would definitely say she's a half step below, if not a full step below median, even for London. She's got caked on makeup. She's sitting there. She's wearing like the big, bulky clothes or whatever, because she's probably not happy with the way her body looks. Right? She's not, and she's still getting tons of attention. You can tell this woman has no problem getting dudes, having dudes sliding to her DM, going out, having adventures, going out, having experiences. You can tell. If she were a man, like, she wouldn't get any kind of attention. She would be an invisible dude. She would be bottom tier, in my opinion. Let's continue.
And like female gamers who like online streamers, they do so much better than male gamers, because guys love girls who play video games.
Yes, to sexualize them, and they think it's hot, and they're like, wow, she's so
it's
cool.
more like a girl taking an interest in something that they're also interested in.
Yes, but obviously only when the video is on and they can see the video and she's dressed like a 12-year-old little baby girl, and that's
a reflection on her, not him.
It's for the male gaze, isn't it? But because you guys are kind of pedos, but that's
whoa, what?
Sorry.
What?
Okay, maybe not.
So not
everybody's a pedo.
As a 12-year-old, it's the man's fault.
Okay, there's a reason that,
We need to introduce some accountability here.
There's a reason that barely legal porn is so in demand.
This conversation just went off the rails. It's going to stay off the rails for another about a minute or so, and they're going to talk about this. But Kit right away says, like, wait a minute, it's the dudes are responsible and accountable for what a grown woman wears when she comes on. And here's another thing too. I don't really agree with that. I'm not a gamer. I'm not in those spaces. but I definitely know gamers. And like Kit was saying, if a woman goes over there, she could be wearing only showing like her face. You can't see nothing else. You know, wearing gloves, can't even see her hands. And if she's good at the video game, she's gonna be talking trash to the dudes, and the dudes gonna be talking trash to her. But the dudes, they're gonna like the fact that there's a girl here, there's a woman here into video games. They're gonna think this is cool, especially if she's, you know, playing for real and not putting on all the cheat codes or whatever. I understand that you can go into the games and make it easy, whatever. But and I get old girl's point. Her point isn't lost on me. There are women out there trying to, you know, get money from these gamer dudes, and so they're going to dress scantily and show skin and get on there just like Twitch or whatever. It's full of those kind of women. Be in a hot tub playing games, doing all this other kind of stuff. And Twitch, by the way, is not going to punish them for it, even though they might be going full-blown nudity and this and that. In fact, Twitch is going to push those content creators further than their male counterparts who got all their clothes on playing video games. But that's neither here nor there. She doesn't want to talk about that. She wants to blame men for women trying to fleece these dudes for money. And Kit's just like, how about a little accountability here? Right? And this is, you know, this is the deal. This is what's going on out here. Let's continue.
I don't know how much
Illegal.
is in demand. You'd have
It's
to tell
very
me.
much in demand. I mean,
Is it?
have you watched porn before?
Before, yeah.
Yes. And I mean, all of it is kind of, barely legal is very high in demand. If you watch documentaries about the porn industry, it's almost like the younger the better, dress her up, very young.
Yeah,
But and who's doing that? I guess to what I wanted to say about the gaming, I think there was this, because it's a male dominated, I found like when they see a female gamer, on the, I don't know what's it called, on the game, sounds so old, like when is a female on the game
On the
system?
game, on this gaming system, these kids
speak up. They're like, oh, get out of here, you stupid woman, da, 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 da. And it was kind of there.
Oh, there's trash talk.
And there's trash talk. I think that's what the word is. There's trash talk there. But I feel like now the trash talk has spilled over to social media and also to real life. And I just don't understand why. And I thought, you know, you seem like a normal man and nice man, but other males seem very angry at the moment.
So,
Yo, this woman right here is gonna turn on Kit. She's gonna turn on him. She's gonna be in the. I haven't looked. I don't look at the comments. I guess I need to, right, on other people's channels. I don't really look at the comments much, but I bet you if you go into the comments here, they're ripping her. They're just ripping her left and right. People are holding her accountable for what she was saying, and she's going to get frustrated, and she's going to blame Kit. I guarantee you he's going to have to deal with that with her, and that's a shame. That's a shame because this woman has zero accountability. She doesn't even want – she's not going to hold herself accountable. She's saying that she's not going to hold these women accountable for the way that they dress and present themselves to the world. She's not going to – I mean, it's like you're going to dress up like a kiddo. Okay. Why are you doing it? So I can get money. Didn't say that. I did it because I can get money, and I think that's what these guys want. I dressed up as an anime thing. I dressed up as a furry, whatever, so I can get money. Say it. Just say it. But she's not going to say that. This is probably the type of woman that doesn't blame the women who are involved in the OF thing. Well, it's not their fault because men are paying all the money. It's like, well, who put a weapon to her head and said you got to do this? These are grown women making grown women decisions, and they just don't like the outcome. So they don't want to be held accountable, and that's one of the major problems we have, especially in the West. But let's keep going.
And I don't understand why, and I thought maybe you could give me some insight. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'd have to address as in what is it that they're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it about? So let's say trash talking online.
Yes.
Guys just trash talk, period. And so whatever they can find about you, they'll just trash talk. So like, for example, like if I'm playing video game on COD with someone and, you know, I don't know, let's say they're from Russia and they find out that I'm black, they're going to say racist slurs.
Yes.
Right? Because there's just trash talking. I'm going to take the piss out of him being Russian and how he's ruled by some dictatorship, whatever. Right? So people will find anything to trash talk each other. Right? Is he racist? Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, but he's just trying to say something to get under my skin. Right? So in regards to, I'm not saying it's okay, but in regards to what you're saying about guys trash talking, this woman says, stupid woman, get out of here, whatever.
Yes.
they're just trash talking her, and they're just using that to try and get under her skin.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of what you're seeing online, what is it that you're seeing online
Okay.
from guys that you're like, "Yeah, men are so angry right now"? Like, what is it that you're saying?
I feel like it's any kind of video. I think a woman could say the sky is blue, and if you go into the comment section, it's like, I don't know, can you swear here?
Yeah, go for it.
Say, you dumb fucking whore, the sky is not blue, you so stupid, go back into the kitchen. Any video,
Oh, right.
anything. If a woman is walking down in the park and she looks beautiful, it says OnlyFans detected. Like all this, like, or OnlyFans
funny.
not detected. Like, okay, like, what has that to do with this beautiful woman walking down the park? Like, it doesn't matter. It's just, you know, it's you have the rise of just this anger, that that I have not seen on social media before, and it's really scary, actually.
And here's the thing: she's saying this. I get her point. You know, that's cool. Only, you know, OF detected because you see a beautiful woman walking down the street, but it's the same thing for men. Some short, busty, dusty dude comes walking down the street, and they're like, chop dude alert, chop dude. Right? We saw those videos on FBE Capital, and we see what these average at best women, shout out to Kevin Samuels, are saying about these men. You know, it goes both ways, but she doesn't want to take accountability for what, you know, the bad part of the female population is doing and saying. Whereas Kit, on the other hand, is like, yeah, I'll take responsibility for what the bad part of the male population is doing. You know, we got, you know, good people and good men and bad women and bad men and good women or whatever, right? It's good and bad on both sides. She's just like, no, it's just men. Men. Men are bad. Y'all need to go away. This is a problem with feminism, especially with a woman who's looking for a dude. Now, what kind of dude does she want? Let me guess. Right? What kind of dude you think she wants? How tall is that guy going to be? How much money is that guy going to make? How handsome is that guy going to be? How funny and charismatic he's going to be? Right? How caring he's going to be, right? Come on now. Y'all know the deal.
I understand. Okay, let me try and address it. So, one, the internet is the internet.
Yeah.
Right? So, anyone's going to say anything. That's just the internet. I would say maybe what you're feeling or seeing is a retaliation from the way our culture has been for the past 15 to 20 years, which has been constantly putting men down, saying that all the problems in the world have to do with men, that about how men being masculine is toxic, about how men aren't doing good enough, how men aren't stepping up to the plate, how women are better than men, that the future is women. So the more, and the pendulum always swings. So if you're going to continue to chastise a group, right? And I'm not saying it's okay, but there can be a retaliation to that in terms of, okay, well, you've been criticizing us, our demographic
for 10 minutes.
For so long. Well, I mean, you say 10 minutes, but I mean, like, we have to think about, for that generation, that's all they've known.
Okay.
Right? So if you take a guy who's, you know, anywhere from, I'd say maybe 35, 40 under, right? If that's the generation that's all they've known, and I'm not saying it's okay, but I think maybe what it is that you're seeing is a retaliation to the culture just constantly putting men down, which they have.
Are we putting men down or asking them to look inwards and become better people?
Her whole argument, just from the very onset, just fell apart. Like, this part is coming up. It just falls apart. And, you know, you can't use reason. Like, this is the perfect example of how people don't think. And I thought it was just an American problem, but apparently across the pond, our cousins are going through the same thing. Right? This woman right here is not a thinker. She's saying these things having not thought it through. Right? Oh, yeah. She's like, yeah, women have been getting on guys to be better for 10 minutes. Are you high? What? I'm sorry, what did you say? Like, that's not a thing. That's not a thing at all. These dudes have been dealing with this for the entire history of our species. Most men don't even get to pass on their genes. Facts. But you tell her these things, she ain't gonna want to hear it. You know, it's kind of like that, oh, la, 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 la. You know, this, in my opinion, is the greatest problem with feminism. I don't mind that you go into feminist circles and listen to what they have to say and agree with it or whatever, but just understand it. Be able to think it through later. Like, all right, I see what they're saying, but I think they're a little bit wrong here. You know, present your facts. They don't have any facts, only feelings. So now I know that they're wrong, Like the data shows something completely different, right? And yeah, I see where she's going, but she has yet to articulate those points. I think I know where she's going, but she's not helping herself at all.
Or better human beings. I mean,
But so here's the thing. Here's what I would say, right? There's some men who are great men.
yeah.
Some men who are bad men.
Right.
Yes.
There's some women who are great women.
Yep.
There's some women who are bad women.
Yes.
But we only tell men to do better. We don't tell
That's
women
not
to do
true.
better.
That's not
Do you
true.
see do you feel like you see the same like in mainstream that saying that women are not doing good enough and that they need to look
All
at
the
themselves and do
time.
better?
I mean,
Really?
all the time.
In mainstream media?
Yes.
I don't really see that. Okay.
You see how kid, like at this point, my would just call her stupid. You know what I mean? And it'll be the end of the conversation, which again, he does it for his own reasons. Talking about Myron Games from Fresh and Fit, and he does it to get the reaction, to get the viral moment. Kid is trying to continue the conversation. In this very same talk, right, just a couple of minutes before this point, she said that it is the gamer guy's fault that the girl is dressed like a 12-year-old. There's a grown woman dressed like a 12-year-old playing video games online and filming it, and it's the men are responsible, right? They should be held accountable because of the male gaze. Now, if she really believed in being the best version of yourself, in what world is that the best version of any woman? Dressing like she a little kid. In what world is that the best version of that woman? In what world are the women who are on OF selling themselves, selling images of themselves, doing things or whatever? That's the best version of them. Now, a woman could be on OF teaching real estate or crypto, but you know, I mean, if that's going on OF, she's probably not wearing any clothes, but they could choose to go on OF and just do something like Bandman Capo. He's on OF. He's like one of the biggest OF content creators, but he's giving information on how to run this particular play or how to run that particular play or how to do this. If women went on OF doing that and they were making their money, I would say, cool, maybe that's the best version of that woman. She's educated, she's knowledgeable, she's sharing her wisdom with the world for a price. Cool, I believe in capitalism. But if she's doing that while wearing see-through clothes and bending over and got her, you know what I'm saying, legs wide open, no. And that's the thing, too, that I'm seeing on YouTube. Women are wearing see-through outfits. There's nothing on underneath it, doing stuff like cleaning or whatever, showing you everything, bro. And YouTube is saying that that's educational, and they allow it. Just put transparent cleaning or transparent. Just put transparent women or girls in your YouTube search algorithm and watch what comes up, bro. And YouTube allows that to happen. But if I say too many words, or if I, you know what I'm saying, if I say Corporal Adolf's name, or if I say the book or the you know what I mean, his government and what they did, if I talk about that, then they'll shut my video down or whatever. Come on, man, this is crazy.
Really? Like, what's the messaging that you feel women get today in terms of like saying that they have to do better?
I mean, we are taught, okay, so again, to talk about our currencies, our different currencies in this world, I feel like women are being taught that they're always fat, that they're too loud, that they're too bossy, that they're all the time. What are you talking about?
By
you don't
who?
see that?
Who's saying that?
You guys tell us that all the time.
What, guys are saying that? Publicly?
Yes,
No,
publicly.
they're not.
Yeah, the society.
If they said, if a man said that publicly, he'd be labeled as a misogynist.
I just don't think, I feel like
there it is.
You are not seeing the full.
There it is right there. I feel like, merch, by the way, I feel like this is how the world works. Therefore, it is true. Kid is sitting there simply saying, give me an example. Kid just said, there's no way a man said that to you and didn't get in trouble. There's no way. There's no way a man said that to you and didn't get in trouble. Like, come on now, but a woman can say that all day, all night, every day. And we'll get views, claps, likes, super chats probably. And that's the point that Kit is trying to make. But this woman right here refuses, absolutely refuses, shorty right here, absolutely refuses to listen and think. As simple as that. And maybe deep down she realizes like, yeah, Kid's right, I'm wrong, but she's never gonna admit it.
Picture.
I'm not saying there isn't like maybe some anger or rage there from like a general population of guys from online. I'm saying one, the internet, people are going to be one way on the internet, they'll be different in real life
Yeah.
because the internet, because of the anonymity. Okay, like for example, we've heard the phrase "men are trash" constantly. We hear that publicly. Can you
Okay.
admit that?
And you call us
Hold on.
other things.
If I sat here and said women are trash,
Yes.
I'd be labeled misogynistic, cancelled, all this stuff.
Okay.
If you sit here and say men are trash, nothing's going to happen to you. In fact, you probably get a round of applause from some of the ladies watching.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think that's true?
Absolutely
No.
Okay.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
And look at her face. She's lying. She's lying. Look at her face. I don't think that's true. That's not what your face is telling me. You know it's a fact. You know it. You know it. And she's sitting there, oh, I don't think it's true. Now it's kind of, I know you are, what am I? It's kind of pouting, you know what I mean, folding your arms. This conversation right now is on her part is extremely disingenuous.
I think you're looking at it in like a sad, like, oh man, that's so sad right now. It's so sad. I feel
No,
so bad for her.
you asked me why you feel like there's like some kind of
Yes, and I think
energy
you made
anger in
a
the
good
population
point.
of
I
men,
think you
and I'm
made.
saying because culturally,
Yeah.
we have culturally for the most recent generation, we have constantly told men that in order for them to be better, they have to be more like a woman. And this is actually a big reason why Andrew Tate has become popular. This is a big reason why like a lot of younger men are more conservative, vote for people like Trump, is because these guys, and I don't subscribe to them necessarily, but these guys are basically saying that it's okay to be a man and it's actually good to be a man. And I think for the most recent generation, they've constantly been told that the better way is the female way. And so they've constantly been told that there's something wrong with them because they're not like a woman. And I think that's why. It doesn't make it okay, but I think that's what you're seeing in terms of this energetic shift in the population of men. The hostility towards women is wrong. I agree. Like that's wrong and that shouldn't happen. But like, you know, like majority of suicides are by men. Do you know what I mean? The majority of fatalities that happen in the workplace are men. Majority of fatalities that happen that die by war are men. You know, majority of people who live on the street are men.
Yeah, because we actually build foster relationships and have families and friends.
Well, I think it's more because culturally in societies throughout history while women haven't always had the same equal rights as
Right.
men, which is very true, they have always been protected over men.
Still
Always.
to this day.
Okay.
You don't
Just
think so?
because they have been protected over men, they're also the ones that are dying by the hands of men. You guys are our, what's it called, apex predator? That you are.
The apex predator?
Yeah,
Sure.
You are. You guys are. You say you're protecting us. Are you guys protecting us? You're
I'm-
killing us. You're
I'm
literally
talking-
killing us. Any situation, you're killing us.
I'm
You're
talking
killing
about-
us even
I'm talking
if
about
you want
culturally.
to.
I'm talking about culturally and the practices we have. So, for example, like women don't get drafted for the war, men do. Right? For example,
when was
when the
the last time
Titanic
that
went
has
down,
happened?
when the Titanic went down, it was women and children first.
Right.
Right? When that happens, that's what happens.
Okay.
I'm not even disagreeing with that.
Yes.
I'm not even just saying it shouldn't be that way. But what I'm saying is women have always been a protected class culturally, right? It's the protection of women has always been prioritized over the protection of men. I'm not even saying I'm
in
not even disagreeing
theory,
with that.
but it doesn't mean
No, practically though as well.
no.
See, y'all see what's going on here. She was gonna say, when's the last time there was a draft and they only drafted men and they didn't draft the women? Ukraine going on right now. When the Russians invaded Ukraine, there are hours and hours of video showing all the women and children leaving, being literally put on trains and put in cars and leaving, going away from the front. And then the men in their lives, their husbands, their brothers, their fathers, their uncles, whatever, the men seeing them off, making sure they're safe, and then going into the fight, going to the front. What do you mean? When does that happen? Now, again, there's, what goes on in the Middle East, what was with the Taliban and all that in Afghanistan, totally different. The way they treat women, I don't agree with it. Totally different. But the vast majority of the planet, men protect women. It's like default programming in us. You have to physically go against your instincts to not protect a woman or a child. That's just the way we are. And she's saying that, well, men are just deleting these women. We live in a society where a woman can pick up a phone, dial 3 numbers, and a bunch of men with weapons will come to protect her. They don't even know her. They will risk their own lives to protect a stranger, female. They'll do it. I see it in the street all the time. And I see, and there's some women, not all, some women who take advantage of this. They'll start something, start some drama, and then turn around and run to some men to get some help, right? Which is a horrible thing, right? And Dr. B, you're right. What is she talking about, man? Like, this is the problem with today's feminists.
Theory, I mean...
You know, you have twice as many female ancestors than male ancestors. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
No, you do.
Good point. But you said a lot of stuff there, and I wish I could go over all of them
I have been.
in a really smart and intelligent.
I'm sorry, Kit. You are way smarter than I am and well thought and well read, and you said a lot of things there. I'm sorry I'm not as smart.
Way, but I don't know. I can't.
I just
can't right now. So I'm a bit upset with myself. I should be more prepared. But yes, I think you said a lot of stuff there. Just because women and children get off the Titanic first doesn't. Even in during those times, the women that were dying by the hands of men all the time. So I don't, just because in theory we are more protected, but you guys are killing us all the time. I can't go down a dark alley in a park. I can't go. A woman can't just live her normal day to day because she's so worried that you guys are going to kill us. So how are we protected? How are you guys protecting us? You guys are supposed to protect and provide us, but you're also killing us. There's so many. If you're like me and watch a lot of murder mysteries and murder cases, there's men who literally kill their entire family just because they lost their job and they don't want to face the music. Like, can you believe that? That's nuts.
Yeah,
so
that's
how are you
crazy.
protecting us? How are you protecting us?
Well, like both things can be true.
Okay.
Right. So I'm not saying there aren't bad men out there. Right. But the original point was that we hold, at least vocally in mainstream, when a man does something wrong, like we very much out him and we'll say, like, we'll hold him accountable for it.
I don't think that's correct. I don't know where this happens. Just because maybe you see a few videos on social media but in normal day-to-day life, even if you work in the corporate world,
man doesn't pay for a date, he gets called out.
bro, even if you were to use her own logic, she's saying that as a woman, and she's in UK, probably in London, she can't go walking through the park at night. If you go pull the numbers, you pull the stats, it's safer for her to go walking around. She's less likely to get attacked than someone like me. Walking around America, bro, I'm far more likely to get popped at or have to protect myself, from some violent aggressors than her. She might get harassed. Hey, what's up, girl? How you feeling? Hey, shawty. She might get that, right? She might have some guys, she's walking down the street. She might have some dudes to be like, yo. Holla, 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 holla. She might get that. But them same dudes might walk up on me and it might turn into a gunfight. You feel me? So, and if what she's saying is true, and dudes were coming after women like that for real, she wouldn't even be in this interview. Some dude would have been done, ran up on her. Think about that for a moment. It's not like she just doing this for the camera. This is probably how she is in real life. Annoying, right? She doesn't think, saying whatever comes to her mind, doing some caring shit. If we lived in a society like in the Middle East, especially like in Afghanistan and certain, those out in the mountains in Pakistan, bro, she wouldn't even know how to read. If she was not cover herself up, man, some stranger walk up on her and start beating her with a stick. Like it blows my mind when I see these videos, and it's like when women don't realize how protected they are and how safe our society is. We live in the safest time ever for humans. You think about the history of our species. This is the safest time to be living, to be human on this planet. Yeah, we got problems. Yeah, pollution, global warming, nukes, wars. We got problems. But overall, right, people are living longer, making more money, and living comfortably. Yeah, now I know you'll say, well, what about the people in Somalia? What about the people in Guatemala? What about the people in Indonesia? I get that. Of course, there are places where it's really tough. But for us in the Western world, America, UK, Canada, even Mexico, you know what I mean, compared to some other countries, you know what I mean, Australia, New Zealand, bro, we're living pretty good, damn good. And it's the safest we've ever been. So when I hear these, I was like, man, shorty, she simply doesn't think about it. And now that she sat there across from Kid, who just sitting there having a pleasant conversation, and he's just saying things, and she's actually starting to think, and she's like, damn, he's right. But the whole point right there with the whole thing with the draft, I think women in America should have to register with Selective Service. And if we have a draft, they should get drafted, you know, go down there and you know, get your draft card, get your draft notice, and report for duty like all the other dudes. Now, I draw the line at sending them into combat, like into combat arms units, unless they can meet those standards. But there's so many other jobs in the military that they can handle and will excel at that aren't necessarily combat arms. And there's some support roles out there that you might find yourself in a situation. You could be a truck driver and find yourself into an ambush. You might have to be out there pulling your trigger. You could be in aviation. You could be crew chief, get shot down, find yourself in a situation where you got to pull the trigger. You could be a crew chief who's door gunner on a Chinook or a Black Hawk. Again, you're pulling the trigger. So there's plenty of roles out there that are quasi-combat roles that women could fill. I don't have a problem with it, just so long as they meet the standard. But when I hear this, and this woman is definitely an extreme, I will put this woman in the 5% of people who are just out there. She's an extremist. I think she's fully capable of thinking this through. She just chooses not to. She wants her version to be correct, and it's not. Simple as that.
Yeah, but doesn't mean that there's not men out there that don't pay for dates. That happens every single day.
I know, but what I'm saying is that if, like, I'm just saying there's something as little as that, guys will get called out for it. Like, you see it on TikTok, guys, like, I went on this date with a guy.
Yeah, but that's one video. That's one video, one time, and that doesn't mean in real life men get called out like that. I mean, we have been calling them out more, that's for sure. And I mean, we have a lot of social media propaganda going on that makes it seem like you guys have it so badly at the moment. But I feel like in a normal day to day, I mean, interview maybe other women and they can tell you the same thing.
I'm just saying there's good men and good women and bad men and bad women.
Mm-hmm.
I think we highlight bad men, not always the best way. It can be improved upon.
Yes.
But I think we do, when it happens, we'll call it out more so. And rightfully so, we should. But I don't think we do the same for women. Then, like, culturally and societally. And I think that's why a lot of guys feel like, I've been told for just being a man is wrong. And then there's a lot of this, like, negative energy in terms of the discourse online.
Hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch,
we did enjoy that clip, Kit. We did, man. Appreciate you, brother. You know what I mean? Adana Marco to stay slick with Kit, bro. We might have to go back and watch that entire video, bro. It's probably an hour long, that video. We're probably gonna have to go back and watch that whole thing with Shorty because she was wild. She was out there, bro. She was out there, man. And of course, I just took a quick glance at the comments, and they are cooking her 100%. She getting cooked, rightly so. It's just like, Shorty, think it through. What are you talking about? Think it through. And he got some clips on her. Truly equal. Our relationships are never truly equal. We're going to look at that one. I'm just trying to find the whole thing. He clips her up pretty good. Here it is. It's an hour and 19 minutes. Do women still want traditional dating? It's an hour and 19 minutes. Why relationships are never truly equal. Let's look at this one real quick, guys. Let's look at this one real quick. Let me pull this up again. This is again Stay Slick with Kit. I'm gonna add this one to the description below as well. Equality doesn't exist in relationships is the title of this clip. Same woman, same young girl. Which is why, it's kind of one of those things. It's like, all right, Kid asked you to do a show. He says, hey, I want to do this interview for my YouTube channel. Would you be interested? I would love to interview you. Would love to have you on. And then you, as the person he's talking to, says, yes, I'll do it. Wouldn't the first thing you do is grab your phone and pull up his YouTube channel and look at the previous interviews? That's what I would do. But what I'm noticing, and I noticed this first with Fresh and Fit, women would show up to the set having no idea what's going on, but they accept it. Like, they were told days, sometimes weeks in advance, hey, we got this podcast. It's called Fresh and Fit. It's on YouTube. We would love to have you on, blah, blah, blah. They're there. They're sitting in their chair. And then they're like asking, hey, Chris, can I have my phone back? Because they want to check to see what Fresh and Fit is about. They didn't check it before they got there. And of course, Chris would be like, no, we're starting the show right now. We're just going to keep your phone until it's over. Then they get into the show, whatever. And then after the show, they're like, I didn't know. And the other girls would be like, well, what do you mean you didn't know? You didn't look it up? Like, that's the first thing I did. I never heard of Fresh and Fit. So I typed in Fresh and Fit and boom, this stuff came up, all the viral stuff. The first thing that's going to pop up is all the viral negative stuff. Like with Kid, it's not even no viral negative stuff out there. So just his clips come up and, oh, this is what he's doing. Oh, these are good conversations. Oh, he seems pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to do the show. So I'm wondering if she just said, yeah, I'll do the show, having not done any research whatsoever as to what she's getting herself into. But let's listen to this. This video here is about 23 minutes. I don't know if we'll get through the whole thing. I haven't seen this, but equality doesn't exist in relationships. Let's check this out.
It's not good, and I disagree with that.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you, like, you're asking what there seems to be like a cultural shift. I'm just saying, well, this is what I think a lot of men have been experiencing, and this is why. That doesn't make it okay.
I guess I think you said really good points, I think, that I didn't consider before. And I know it might seem to men that at the moment they have a target on their back. And I'm sorry for that. I don't want anybody to feel like they're not being seen or they're not being valued by their peers at all. And then there's other things. I have a lot of empathy for men in it, like for other situation, or just, I also love men. I don't want you to think that I'm some radicalist that hates men. I like men.
You sure do.
I love a good man. I think
100%.
I love my father, shout out to him. But
Niger boy.
Yes,
sir.
Hey. But I just don't understand. I feel like, are you guys victimizing yourself? Are you making yourself like, oh, I feel so bad. I can't rape women anymore. Like, life is so sad. Like,
exactly. Where did that come from? Like, I can't just take it anymore. Whoa, hold on. Where did that come from? Shorty, what are you talking about? This is what I mean. And then she starts off with, I love men. I don't want you to think I hate men. But it sounds like you absolutely do. That's Shorty, if you're watching this, it sounds like you absolutely hate men. You think that every man is out to get you and other women. You're not safe anywhere. I mean, honestly, it's like, yo, you might want to move to the Middle East. Get yourself a husband and some sister wives and, wear the whole everything, and be protected that way. That's what it seems to me. Like, if you're that afraid, why are you here? Leave the West. We got Brother Pitney in the building. What's good, fam? Yes, please like the video. Please share, subscribe, and all that. But it's like, what are we talking about here, Shorty? What are we talking about? Let's continue.
I think if a guy's going to do that, I don't think he needs cultural permission to do that. He's going to do that regardless, and
I
he
feel
should be
like
castrated.
social media makes it more seem that way, that I feel that that men are bad and that we think men are bad. But I just think in practical and normal day to day, I feel like you guys have still a lot of power. You guys are still on the at the top of the food chain. So
But then
does that really translate to real life? I don't think so.
But then here's the thing. Like, let's talk about relationships and dynamics, right? You even said yourself, you want to be with a man who's a leader.
Yes.
So you want to be with a man where he is in power
Yes.
of the relationship.
Yeah.
So like,
well, does he have the power? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, if he's going to be the leader, he's like essentially being the captain of relationship.
Yes, but at the same time,
you said that you want to be submissive to him.
Yes, but if you think about it, it's also very powerful to be submissive to someone and give him the power. It's almost like he is the head, but I am the neck. The neck could not be there without the head.
I don't
disagree
with you.
And who moves the head and who supports the head? It's the neck.
I don't disagree with you, but you even said for you want a dynamic where it's patriarchal, where the man is the head.
No.
That's what you just said.
If there's a difference between being a leader and me listening to what he says, doesn't mean that I would listen to him in just.
You said you want a man who's a leader that you could submit to.
Yes.
Okay, that's a patriarchy. Patriarchy means that the masculine is in charge.
Perhaps not submit to in like.
Do you see how this young woman, she's lost? She's lost. I want a man that I respect, that I admire, to lead me, but I don't want to follow him. Make that one make sense. That's when you do that. What? Make that one make sense. And again, she's saying a whole bunch of words. Like, where are you getting your talking points from? Make no doubt about it. This young lady right here wants to be in a relationship where she is in charge. Like I said, there'll only be one commander. It's one commanding officer, and then there's the executive officer. That's the second in command. She does not want to be the second in command. She wants to be the commanding officer who's leading from the neck, right? I want you to be the figurehead, but I'm really in charge. I'm the neck. That's what she wants. And she just doesn't know how to articulate it, or she's worried about how it sounds to people, right? And she's going to want that top tier guy. Still going to want that top 20 man, that top 20% man. And that, and it boils down to, what does that top 20% man want? He certainly doesn't want a woman who is this confused. No one wants to come home to this. She tells you something one moment, and then the next moment it's the complete opposite, which we just witnessed right here. We just witnessed. Yeah, she's shuffling, bro. She out here doing the icky shuffle for real.
I think you were being honest, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like, when you're saying about, guys still have the power, whatever, it's like, well, it's like, for example, if we say like the gender wage gap.
Yes.
Okay. So you'll be like, okay, women should be able to earn more than men. I agree. They should be able to. And actually, in a lot of instances, they are. But you still want to choose a man who earns more than you.
I never said that.
Oh, do you not? Would you dare? Would you?
Why are you assuming?
Well, I was saying as a general thing that what I hear from women, but what's it for you? Would you rather choose a man who is less, like, lower than you economically, higher than you? Which one would you rather choose?
I would want to have a man that loves me and is amazing and is wise. And if I make more money than him, then
what would you prefer is what I'm asking. Would you rather be the one who is in a higher economic position in a relationship, or would you rather that he is?
I don't mind.
You don't mind? You don't mind going 50-50?
I don't want to go 50-50, no.
So
you'd want to pay for everything?
No.
You want him to pay for everything?
No.
So what would you choose?
It's a give and take, but it's not 50-50. I don't think anything is 50-50. So I don't think it's straight down the middle 50-50. I think sometimes he does 100, sometimes I do 100. Sometimes he does 70, sometimes I do 40. Sometimes I do 70, sometimes he does.
In terms of the financial, so you're willing to go like...
Oh, you mean financially?
Well, that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just playing.
This woman is not smart. She's not smart, and she's believed all the dudes that said she's pretty and said whatever they had to say so they could smash, get up in that Foxy Brown. she is not smart, but she's smart enough to realize that she doesn't want to talk about this. She calls Kit out. Who I didn't say that he had to make more money than me, but I want him to pay for everything. Well, how can he pay for everything if he's not making more than you? Right? It can't be both. Well, sometimes I'll pay. So so you want to be fully financially responsible? Well, no, I don't want to be fully. We can both be fully financially responsible. It's like you're talking to an 8-year-old.
Yes, ideally, I don't know, because I'm such a caring and loving person and such a giver. I would want my partner to
I'm
do
gonna
the
be honest,
same.
I think you said earlier, I think you just want a man who'd rather take on the majority of the financial burden, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
But
I
that
agree.
means for him to do that for both of you, it works better that he earns more than you.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
But at the same time, somebody can also be super rich and be very stingy. So it's all about like how much he wants to look after me.
I know that's a different conversation.
Someone can be super rich and extremely stingy. Yeah, but he's still super rich, sis. He still can provide. He can take care of everything. Why? Because he's super rich. If anyone finds themselves talking to a woman like this, run.
Houston, we have a problem.
Run. Don't do it. The Fox Brown ain't worth it. Don't do it. Go find another one. This young woman right here is completely confused. And I mean, bro, whatever she's hearing, whatever circles she's running in, whatever bubbles she's a part of, they got her mind scrambled.
Though. The point I was making was that even you, who's a working professional modern woman who earns her own money, still want a man. You don't want a man who's the same level as you.
I wouldn't mind. I don't care.
You don't care at all?
No.
So same level, you're 50-50.
I don't think, like I said, I don't want to do 50-50. Okay, fine. I don't want to do 50-50.
If you're same level, you're 50-50. It's equal.
I don't do 50-50, but at the same time, I just feel
like...
That's
a bit sexist though, isn't it?
In what way?
Why don't you do 50-50?
Why don't I want to do 50-50 financially? Because even me, I don't even do 50-50 with my friends. I pick up the bill sometimes they pick up the bill. It's just because we love each other so much. Like, why would I?
That's just another version of 50. I'm going to have to put my hat back on. That's just another version of 50-50. That's another version. I do the same thing with my friends and loved ones. Right? My brother was pointing this out to me the other day. Because, y'all know, like, I've been financially trying to get myself out of a hole. I'm dealing with some stuff, dealing with family court and all this kind of stuff. And, like, money's been frozen, whatever. So I'm just going to work my way out of it. So when I do that, when I buckle down like I ain't doing nothing extra. I'm focused on this. I got it. The mission is to get this taken care of. My brother's like, yo, I need you to come with me to this city. I need you to come. I'm like, man, I can't. Right? Because whenever I travel somewhere, wherever I go, I'm going to spend, outside of airfare, hotel accommodations, food, outside of all that, I'm going to spend $1,000 just walking around the city, wherever we at. Right, for the weekend, sometimes a day. So it's like, if I can't do that, I'm not going. If I'm not financially prepared and I'm good, I'm not going. And my brother's like, you're coming. I understand you don't have it right now, but you're coming. And you've always taken care of me in the past when I didn't have it and we was doing this and that. And you had me there and you didn't question it. I went. So now it's my turn. That's a version of 50-50. You carried the load back then, right? You had it. Now I'm going to carry the load right now. So that's a version of 50-50. So she's like, I don't want to go 50-50, but I don't even go 50-50 for my friends. I'll pay for this sometimes, and then my friends will pay for the next one. Well, if y'all go out 6 times and 3 times you pay for it and 3 times they pay for it, you paid half the time. They paid half the time. It's 50-50. This is what I mean. She's not a thinker. Man, the way she's talking, I would believe she's from America. I cannot believe that UK, especially London, have people like this chick right here. I can't believe they got people like her who just don't think about what they say. Just doesn't think about what they say. Let's get back to it.
want to do that then with a man. I don't understand.
I don't think there's
Especially
anything wrong with that.
when I really like I love my friends so much, and sometimes I just want to take them out, and I just want to just get the bill and take the bill. So
Okay. You
if
ever
a man
paid? You ever
loves
paid for
me
a
that
first
much,
date?
me,
Yeah, with a man. You ever paid for a first date?
not
You
the
paid for
full
him?
bill,
Huh?
not the full bill.
No, as in like you paid for him. Have you done that?
I've done it for my partner, yeah, for sure.
No, like the first date, meeting a man.
First date, no. I think
Why
the
not?
first date should, if you ask me out, you have to. If I ask you out, okay, I'll pay the bill, which I would never do.
Why would you do that?
I would want a man to ask me out. I wouldn't
But
ask them out.
even if he asked you out, you said yes. You didn't have to say yes.
Yeah,
So why should he have to pay for you?
because you asked me out to come out. I think it's very logical. If you're asking somebody to come out and
So when you
leave
ask your
the
friends
house,
out, do you always pay for them?
sometimes, yeah.
No,
If
so
I
do
ask
you
you,
always pay for them?
always,
Yeah. When you ask
No.
them out,
no,
why not?
because I'm not trying to court them. I think
It's like it's very logical. There's nothing logical that came out of the mouth of this woman for the entire interview. Nothing logical at all. It doesn't make sense. Why I will pay for my partner. That's another thing too. This is why I stay away from women who refer to their significant other as partner. Like I say, I've said it a million times. I'll say it a million more times. You ever call me partner, it's over, partner. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show you what a partner is. Right? I'm gonna put you right in that pile over here with these women I'm having fun with. You're gonna go right from being the number one prospect, right, to being on a practice squad. Because at the end of the day, that's what you use those women for anyway, right? It's practice.
I
Even
think
courting sexist, isn't it?
I don't think it is. I think it's cute.
Of course you don't.
Do you want to be courted by a woman? I think you might like
100%.
it.
I deserve to be courted by a woman.
I know. I can feel it.
My mum says so. My grandma says so. My sisters say so. No, the point I'm trying to make is that it will never be equal. I'm kind of being facetious. I'm kind of playing devil's advocate, but it will never be equal between men and women in regards to a relationship because we look for different things.
Yes.
And so I think, you know, you said about men still have the power, but I think in relationship, at least the kind of relationship you said that you want, you both have different roles to play, but he's still the head. Does that make sense? Now, if you're
But I
like where
think
you want to
that's
be the
my-
head, then
Yeah.
you know, then all the power to you.
I think, but that's my personal preference, right? That
Yeah.
doesn't mean that it applies to every relationship.
No.
And again, I want a leader. I wish I could be submissive, and I have not found that yet. So
Well, you
I have
can't-
not found it
Well, you have-
because I
you
don't
have-
know if it's there.
Well, you have to be submissive before he comes.
So, what?
As in, like, so if you want a masculine leader, you need to be in your feminine submissive first.
Yes,
That's how you
100%.
That's how you attract that man.
Definitely. Yes.
It's not like, oh, he comes and then you're feminine. That it's the other way around.
Yeah, of course, 100%. I agree with that totally.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you have to be, in order to get that, you have to be that.
The
So,
attractive thing, for
yeah.
sure. Let me ask you something. Okay, more and more men who are struggling with dating and stuff,
Yes.
they're now turning to like AI girlfriends,
Oh, yes.
right? Like even ordering like sex robots. That's becoming like
I'm gonna stop it there. I'm gonna stop it there. Not ready to have a conversation about AI girlfriends just yet. Y'all know we've talked about it over here. We've talked about the AI thing over here. We're gonna continue that conversation because that's gonna change the game. Once we have the artificial companion driven by artificial intelligence. So basically the companion bot that is fully functional, if you know what I mean. It's got it's got its own version of Foxy Brown. It has that cyber brown. It's got that cyber brown. And it's doing its thing. Every time it's supposed to do it, it's self-cleaning and it can make you a sandwich. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. No one in the West is gonna be having kids anymore, bro. It is a wrap. We're gonna have to start making reproduction farms or something and like making test tube babies because men aren't gonna deal with it. And bro, I'm telling you, and when the technology gets perfected to the point where you can barely tell the difference between an organic woman and a real woman, man, it's over. Like it doesn't even it just has to be like close right now and dudes to jump all over it. But when it gets perfected, there was a movie TV series on Amazon Prime called Skins. If you've never seen it, watch it. It talks about this. It talks about cyber organisms, cyber entities that become self-aware. You got to watch it. And the woman who starred in it, beautiful actress. I can't think of her name, but y'all know I'm bad with names. But man, her character, wow. Check it out, man. It's called Skins. Check it out when you get a chance. I'm gonna ask Kid what kind of timepiece he's wearing. Let me send this. Let me send this off real quick. That's what I was doing. I'm gonna ask Kid, like, bro, what kind of timepiece are you wearing? Because I could have sworn I sent him a message recently. Let me look up his name real quick. But let's see. Here he is, bro. Little Shorty is out there, man. She's mad delusional. I don't know if there's hope for her. Remember, we were reacting to another one of the kids' interviews. He had the young woman on there, and I was saying that there was some hope for her. Like, cause she was listening, Kit was saying what he was saying, and she was actually listening and drilling down and asking questions. Right? This particular interview that we just witnessed right here, the complete opposite. This woman is the complete opposite of that woman. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm just asking, like, what timepiece are you wearing, bro? And then I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna send him a link to this video. What's good, Kate? If you're watching it, man, what's up? Hey, what timepiece is that, man? Because right here, this is my Long G's Conquest. My Long Jeans. I think that's how you pronounce it. Conquest. I like this for my like everyday watch. I have an Omega Speedmaster and also have a Breitling Super Ocean, and I have a Oris Carb Share. Those are like the only timepieces I have. Man, I like those timepieces, man. But here's what it is. The reason you buy timepieces and stuff like that, man, because if times get tough, you can always sell those things. You can always get a little bit of cash. So yeah, kid, what kind of timepiece is that, bro? It's a nice watch, bro. I'm just curious because I don't know. Just by looking at it, I can't tell. There it is right now. I can't tell. I want to say Rolex, but I don't think so. Really big bezel. I wonder what that is. We'll find out. He'll let us know. And shout out to Stay Slick with Kit. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Keep leading from the front. These are the conversations we need. You know, there's a space for, you know, the Fresh and Fits, the Lapeef networks, the whatever podcast. There's a space for that where you just get the viral moments and people going back and forth, and you just get to see the crash out right there in 1080p. There's a space for that. But I like the conversations. I like this conversation. Like the way Kit keeps this woman engaged, is letting her say what she wants to say. He's not beating her over the head with it. Like, he's not calling her stupid. You know, he's just listening, right? He's not being condescending. He's really good for the most part of keeping his facial expressions together. He's not going crazy. And a couple times it comes out like, you know, he kind of jolts back a little bit, but, you know, it's not over the top. I think these conversations is where the gold is. If you really want to know what's going on in the sexual marketplace, in these dating trenches, you want to know why men aren't committing, why men don't want to get married, why people aren't having babies. Bro, there's a lot of women out there like the woman we just watched. There are a lot of women out there. They're confused and they don't even know why. It's like Cody was saying, it's the programming, bro. They get programmed. They don't even know they've been programmed. And they're not going to be successful when it comes to dating. They're not. They're not going to find that guy that they want. Correction. They're going to continue to try to get the guy that they want that doesn't want them. And they're going to pass up and miss out on the men that they need. Just like the correct woman will 1000x our lives, that woman's life will also be 1000x because she's got the right man. So it's mutually beneficial. And in today's dating world, bro, that's all gone by the wayside. And with the rise of tech and we have, you know, potentially cyber companions on the way, man, when they get here, bro, it's over. That might be the end of our species, bro. We'll talk about that at a later date. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. This was a good conversation. I know I'm all over the place time-wise. My schedule is starting to take shape for the school season, so I will be available, I think, on Mondays or Tuesdays to do our live around this time, somewhere between 5 and 5:30 or 6, somewhere in there. So just hanging there with me. I will be back later on tonight. I want to talk about, there was an incident that occurred somewhere out west in America where a commercial airliner got way too close to a B-52 bomber. I want to talk about that. I'm going to talk about it tonight. Again, it goes to our issue with air traffic control. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And I'm going to talk to you guys as to why I believe that's the case. So I'm going to do that later on tonight. I'm not quite sure. Probably be late. If I don't get to it tonight, I'll definitely do it tomorrow early. I got some other stuff I got to get done, but I definitely want to talk about that. And I got some other shows that we're working on as well. This way, his brother Michael Lee just got into the building. What's good, fam? We are on our way out. I'll be back later on tonight. We are on our way out, man, but I'll be back later on tonight, man. Please check this out. Thank you to everyone who was checking us out live. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. And everyone who's watching on Team Replay, I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know how y'all feeling, man, in the comments. Ladies, if you're Ninja watching, please throw your comments in there. Is there anyone out there who can explain what this woman was talking about? I would love to hear your take on it. Somebody please translate her womanese for me, because she was all over the place. But that's it, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm DL Saint. This is I Really Want to Know podcast, man. I'm going to talk to y'all real soon. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.